Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Spanish Grand Prix weekend here in the F124 driver career. Fourth season, first place in the Drivers' Championship as things stand. Got very lucky in the last round to get the victory, but we're damn right we'll take a victory in Canada, thank you very much. Today we are en Español, or en España, we're not in Spanish, we're in Spain. And fingers crossed we can get a result here as well. I don't tend to do that well here. We got a P6 last year. Our first year in Ferrari here, we got a P12. And in the first season at Haas, we got a P16. So Spain is strong for the AI, but we're 4 wins in a row deep at the minute. Charles Leclerc probably would have had 4 wins in a row himself to start the season if he hadn't DNF'd at the beginning. So between us, we have 1 DNF each, and I pip him so far by 4 points at this 1/3 championship distance stage. Lewis Hamilton is certainly going to be there or thereabouts at the end of the season. If he can throw away those dodgy finishes of 18th and 8th, then certainly he's going to be challenging. He was P2 to me in the last Grand Prix, and actually Charles Leclerc is the one that's out of form at the moment. So we'll wait and see how things progress here in Spain. Obviously, Fernando Alonso will want to go well. He's got back-to-back podiums as it stands right now as well. Full disclosure, your boy is unwell today. So I will be, not quite my usual animated self. So apologies in advance for that. But it is what it is. Content needs to get made, and hopefully I can survive both a race around the Spanish Grand Prix circuit and just life in general. I'll be taking more Lemsip throughout the course of the recording, so I might actually perk up a little bit of a way through. Practice is fully dry. Qualifying is fully wet. The race is fully dry. Thank Christ for that. Right, off to Barcelona, to the Circuit de Catalunya for the Spanish Grand Prix. Do drop the video a like if you're enjoying. Subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on any more of this, or the or the Journeyman save. The Realistic RTG continues over on the main channel, and thank you Viking Berserk for the 3rd month subscribed in a row. Great way to move on to the next highlight. Practice done and dusted. Car feels alright actually. Tyre wear supposedly is slightly better than anticipated. Only slightly, but slightly's better than nothing, especially around a high degradation circuit like Catalunya. So, well, how competitive we are compared to everyone else, I'm not sure. But as ever, half the battle is just feeling comfortable in your own car. And in the wet, in qualifying, who knows what could happen. It could be completely thrown into chaos, couldn't it? It is not necessarily a power circuit, so I'm quite happy to leave the older components in here. Maybe not quite so. That's weird. 21% but 334. I guess it's just because we've run the lesser one around a track that has more laps. But we'll put the slightly lesser one in there. That's not a problem. Hopefully, we can still have a decent result here, despite the weather being slightly wet in qualifying. A dry race will favour us. In quali, I've taken a slight little smidge of wing out, front and rear, to help me be a little bit quicker in a straight line, but we should still have decent amount of pace around the corners too.
To Barcelona.
With the nature of how close it is, we always aim for top 5 at the minute. That's the default go-to. Never do we want to be complacent and be like, well, we've won 4 in a row, we're going to win this one. I can never be that complacent, especially with the manner in which it was gifted to us in Canada. Let's see what we can do in the wet, and then we'll go in the dry. Well, I was going to say, it doesn't feel like the track's any quicker, but after the first sector alone on this same set of tyres, finding 0.4 of a second, that says to me that maybe those that are still in the garage have made a mistake here. Wait and see how they've definitely made a mistake. I've ballsed that up as well. Maybe I just made the mistake that sees me out of qualifying too. But seeing as I was one of those that... Oh my God, I'm all over the shop. I need to concentrate on my driving. I need to find some time. We're down in 10th. I think we should be okay because there's enough drivers not going again. I'm definitely not going to improve it on my position. The lap time might be better, but the position is not going to be any better because I've ballsed it. It's been a terrible lap, but thankfully I don't need to qualify and finish the lap because, as you can see, we're 14th. Norris, oh God, wall. Norris 15th. And Leclerc is out in Q1. They made the choice to stay in the pits. That's going to be Leclerc, Alonso, George Russell, Oscar Piastri, Lewis Hamilton, probably all out in Q1. That is absolutely huge for our championship hopes to maybe extend a decent gap. Although we have seen Charles Leclerc go from like P14 on the grid to a P2 finish. So let's not get too excited just yet. Hamilton did get through. So did Max Verstappen. They went again. But Charles Leclerc, Alonso, Russell, Tsunoda and Piastri are out here. Really, really poor from them. Really, really pleasing for me. But I can't afford to balls up my second flying lap a second time. Otherwise, I'll be out and low down the order as well. We must make it to Q3. As we come around to start our flying lap at the end of Q2, you'll notice again, it's only 5 other drivers on circuit right now. I imagine the conditions might well have worsened again. And even though my initial first lap, my bank lap, had me in 5th, it was an awful lap that I made a lot of mistakes on, and it was still good enough for 5th. It says to me that conditions have gotten worse. Lap times aren't going to improve that much. And I could probably abandon this lap and not need to finish this as well. Puts me 9th. The Sauber crossing the line and put me 10th. And that's that. I don't need to go any quicker. I might finish this lap just for track knowledge to see how fast I actually can go on a decent flying lap with the conditions as they are. But at the minute, there's a number of drivers going out here that again have made a poor decision to not run a second time. I think that kept me 10th, probably. Oh, 3rd. All right, it didn't keep me 10th. We've seen some shocking exits again. Lando Norris out in Q2. He will start 13th. Sainz and Perez further down as well, although the Hasses haven't been as competitive recently. Myself and Lewis are through. Max is through. Stroll is through as well. Pierre Gasly in the V-Carb looks like he's pretty tasty around here in wet conditions. We're going to have another great opportunity to score really good points again, provided it's not a super chaotic Grand Prix in the dry. I'm going to go faster. Not by much, but that might take me from 5th to 3rd. It did indeed. Why are people not going for another lap? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Thank you for the P3, with all of the majority of my title rivals in the bottom half of the field.
Well, that wraps up
Lance Stroll on pole, Nico Hulkenberg second, and I just edged Lewis Hamilton by a couple of hundredths of a second. This is going to be an interesting race, isn't it? So it is going to be overcast for the Grand Prix, so tyre wear should be slightly lower than it would be in the hotter conditions. So it might well transition, might well be a one-stop race this, a medium-hard or hard-medium one-stop race. Depending on what everyone else is on, will probably dictate what we do. A medium-soft might say that it's better on paper, but I think a medium hard is probably going to be the best way to go here to avoid that extra pit stop. Alonso takes a penalty, but he was already in the bottom few anyway. Leclerc starts 16th. That's the big one for us. Charles Leclerc starting 16th is huge.
alongside me for the...
So what's everyone else starting the race on? Ooh. Oh, he's recommending a two-stop soft, medium. Or soft, medium. My tyre wear is slightly better. I'm sure a medium hard is not too far off being a decent strategy here. It says it's significantly slower, but I don't know. What's everyone else starting on? Everyone else is starting on softs. Okay. Do I try and start on a medium and stick with soft runners and then utilise my softs later in the race? I'd be tempted to go medium, soft rather than soft, medium. Genuinely. And then why, if you were going soft, medium, why would you then take the soft tyres further? Ooh, this is an intriguing one. Because the softs are just going to die. The softs are going to die pretty quick. I'm going to go medium, soft, you know. Let me edit that. Medium, soft is the play, I think. Do 18 laps on the softs. Do 24 laps on each set of medium tyres. We might box, depending on how the mediums do, we might box 23. I don't want to do any more than 20 laps on the soft tyres at the end of the race, though. I'm going to go medium, soft. I'm going to throw caution to the wind. With, to be fair, in theory, slightly slower cars around me. My mediums should hopefully be able to keep pace with Hulkenberg in an Alpine or Ocon in a Sauber. The two Williams in the top 10. I'm going counter. I'm going medium, soft. Decision done.
Okay, incredible parking there. Nice one. That's going to give you the edge if you can get good launch as the race starts.
I think this strategy could...
The start sequence will begin.
I think this strategy could really work for us. I'm desperate for it to. Lots of wheel spin off the start, but eventually getting the power down. We didn't lose that much. I've not got a slipstream on anyone though, but I'm using a lot of battery here. Can I sweep around the outside and look for second place? I had to go deep. No. Third for now. Gasly up the inside of me. Fourth for now, but Hamilton lost positions. Hamilton lost the place to Gasly as well. It's not an overtaking spot. They're really into that corner. That's fine. As long as Lewis is behind me, it's three ultimately slower cars that are in first, second and third. As long as I'm ahead of the Ferrari, I'm still in a very good position longer term in this race. So, we had a gift in Canada. We absolutely didn't have the pace for the win in Canada. We had to grind to get it in Imola. Quite frankly, I can't remember what happened in the other two. Miami. And I can't even remember what the other race was, let alone what happened in it. We're getting particularly lucky with this win streak right now. That luck will run out at some point. Charles Leclerc is not going to qualify 16th every week. But we've got a track that I feel pretty confident at in Austria coming up next as well. So the streak could continue. At least the gap at the top of the championship could open up. More accurately maybe than the win streak. Win streak continuing. But already on the mediums, we're able to stick with these soft runners. Should have DRS here. Haven't got it. It's fine. Use some battery. Just need to use a bit more battery in key areas to make sure we stay in DRS range, but Their soft tyres will not last that well here. They will go relatively quickly under full fuel load. They might have DRS. I'm going to use all I can to try and maintain the gap. Gasly set the fastest lap. We were only a couple of tenths slower. And they're going to start to battle in front as well, because let's face it, these three are not necessarily usually in this position. So they're going to try and make the most of their current position. Might have to save battery for a little bit to then get myself back in contention with those in front. But I need to make sure that I build battery and drive well and not unnecessarily just lose ground in places where it's absolutely possible to try and maintain the gap. I got a much better exit here this time, and I will have DRS this lap. I had a poor corner there last lap, and it cost me. Now I've been able to maintain DRS. And get ourselves back in a decent range of those in front, and we should have DRS for the main straight as well, and I've been able to save some battery back up too. This is going really well so far. Really very well indeed. Says as he goes wide and completely balks the final corner. They're going for it in front. Lewis is going for it next to me. I'm not going to let him though. We hold our ground. Just got to survive these opening few laps on the mediums. And then their tyres will certainly wear significantly quicker than mine. Nico Hülkenberg leads the Grand Prix. As we were hearing from our engineer there, we were watching Nico Hülkenberg take Lance Stroll for the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix. Famously, Nico Hülkenberg, despite I think probably over 300 Grand Prix now in his career, never finished on the podium despite a great talent. Never given the car really. He's genuinely challenged multiple times for a podium finish. Occasionally put himself in the position, but was never really able to see it through. Now he's leading the race, but he's locked up there, gone deep, and the soft tyres are starting to change.
Use your overtake button more.
The mediums are becoming the better race tyre now, and we're only 6 laps into what will be a 20-lap stint for them. This is why we went medium first. Because it's just the better strategy. Try and hold it on Gasly around the outside, which we've done. Stroll takes the lead again. Now, hopefully, we'll just pick off the front two lap by lap. Just like we did Pierre. Take the lead. Their tyres are going to do nothing but get worse now. Mine still have decent life left in them for another 5 or so laps before I really start to struggle with any tyre wear issues. Again, thanks to dodgy qualifying from other drivers and dodgy strategy as well, as was the case in Canada. We're in a very strong position to win another Grand Prix. Kept on the racetrack.
Good job.
Couldn't quite get the move done though. Could have broke maybe a couple of metres sooner and would have been in a better position. There's that invisible wall. I thought for a minute Gasly had hit me from behind, but no, he didn't. And we continue on. They ease off around the final turn as well to aid with tyre wear.
Okay, this is
I just go hell for leather. This is going to be second. Slipstream on Stroll as well.
You're increasing the gap.
Hopefully, just
by 5/10 a lap.
1 car per lap, and by the end of this lap / the start of the next one, we'll be in P1. This is going to be first. Thanks, Lance. Bye, Lance. See you, pal. It's a little bit deceiving, the fact that we've moved up like this. Because let's be honest, Nico Hülkenberg in an Alpine and Gasly in a V-Carb, the cars would be racing around comfortably anyway. It just so happens that they're for podium positions and or the lead. The fact that Lewis Hamilton is still right here shows that still the front-running drivers have a lot of pace. Charles Leclerc is very nearly up into the points now from a P16 start. Lando Norris is into the points from a P13 start. My teammate, only 13th at this moment in time. There is still a long way to go in this race. And those quicker drivers further down the order will make more positions. But we could have lucked ourselves to back-to-back victories here in Canada and Spain when absolutely we know we don't have the pace for it outright. So, yes, it might, and it is still might, be 5 wins in a row if we see this through. But it is deceiving. Very much so. I'm not thinking about upping the difficulty back to 105 from 104 at the moment. Hülkenberg takes Stroll behind us. We watch that all unfold. Hamilton in 5th.
Okay,
still waiting to make some moves through this group. And I'm dragging with my better pace and them hanging on in my DRS. I am dragging this group away from the pack. George needs to close up that next pack. It was the Sauber of Ocon that was at the front of it in P6. Now it's Daniel Ricciardo in the other Alpine that has made his way past the Sauber. But there's still a big gap opening up between us and some of the others. They will obviously pit before I do and look to undercut me. But ultimately, I trust this car and the pace in it that we'll be able to still see things through come the end of the race. Rather importantly, for the gaps to those quicker drivers,
8.2 seconds.
Lewis Hamilton and Gasly and Hülkenberg have fallen behind as Hülkenberg and Gasly battle. They've fallen out of DRS. It's just me and Lance Stroll disappearing down the road now. Lewis can't find his way past either of them. And continually, Ricciardo and Ocon battle it. In fact, it might even be a Williams back there that is battling with Ocon, which presumably is going to be Alex Albon, not Théo Pourchaire. Yeah, Théo Pourchaire is going to be the one that's at the front of the last train, isn't it? Yeah, Albon is holding up everybody else here. George is now past Charles Leclerc. Go on, lad. This is just another unbelievably fortunate, not really anything to do with me, race weekend that is going to strengthen our title chances yet further. And or a smaller percentage than you'd like is actually because of my driving. A larger percentage than you would imagine ordinarily is because of good luck. And other drivers' poor driving, poor IQ, poor qualifying, and not because I've actually got any pace in the car or myself as a driver. Although, to be fair, with DRS, Albon might still be able to fight.
Green flag.
Yellow flags behind. Is it Hamilton? I'm not sure who's retiring. Someone's doing something. Someone's retiring from the race. I think it might be Lando Norris. It's Alex Albon. Alex Albon's out. That's caused chaos behind. Let's have a look. Where is Albon? Oh my God. Are they 3 wide here? They're 3 wide. This is Lewis. This is why they're falling back. This is Lewis, Gasly, and Hülkenberg. They are 3 wide around turn 1 and turn 2. And then Albon's engine goes here and he gets in the way of everyone trying to get past around turn 2. 3 wide between these guys. This is why they're falling behind, because they're just battling so damned hard. But Hamilton has made it past Hülkenberg, and that's big for him. Hamilton is starting to make his move now to close the gap towards myself and Lance Stroll. I'm anticipating them to start boxing this lap. Lewis and Gasly had started to close a little bit. Lewis took Gasly after he took Hülkenberg, as you saw earlier. You see his Stroll in. Stroll is not in. So they might go 21. They might go 21. To be fair, I think it was 21-21 on the softs, wasn't it, for the soft stint. But some behind are boxing. So I think those that are going soft, medium are boxing now. Those that are going soft, medium are going to go an extra lap and box on 21. Lewis had started to close the gap after making the overtake on Gasly, and they dropped it to 4.5 seconds. But then Gasly used some DRS and challenged again, took Lewis Hamilton back, and it opened up to over 5 seconds once more. So we're relying on other people battling hard to nullify the act of the undercut, and hoping to still be able to maintain P1, or at least be very close to P1 when we come out of the pits on fresher tyres, when we box at the end of 23. I think Stroll and those behind me that are still on soft tyres will box this lap to go to mediums, or another set of softs, probably another set of softs for these guys. We're going to another set of mediums next, with a view to going to softs at the end of the race. Here goes, Stroll's in. So they'll all go soft. We're going medium. And then when they're on mediums at the end of the race, we'll be on the softs and hopefully be faster. So now everyone behind us has boxed. And as we are about to start the lap where we will box, we're not going to box this lap, we're going to box next lap. They've actually gone soft. I anticipated some going soft, medium, but it appears that almost everybody, other than Yuki Tsunoda, is going soft. Ollie Behrman hasn't yet pit, actually. Ollie might be going soft, hard, one stop. We'll wait and see. If he boxes at the end of 22 here, we'll find out. But you can see the gap to Lewis was over 24. It's now closing. I'm going mediums again with my next stint. So they will have some pace on us at the beginning of the next stint. But hopefully throughout the course of the Grand Prix, we will still be able to bring ourselves out in front to the checkered flag. Ollie Behrman has boxed at the end of 22, so I don't think he's going for a one-stopper.
Okay, so
he's just doing a slightly delayed two-stopper, because presumably Max Verstappen got pit priority, and they are going significantly faster on those soft tyres. Significantly faster. But they are going to be battling. The Stroll has taken Hamilton, as you can see. They're going to be fighting hard. So hopefully they will continue to battle, and we might just be able to come out in front of them. Maybe. Going to need a good pit stop though. We had a bit of a gap to Hamilton and co. So I'm hoping to still be able to come out in front of them. We'll wait and see. Oh, I mistimed that horrifically. It's probably going to be a bad stop regardless now. 3.3 seconds isn't bad.
Okay, that stop was a
3.3 seconds isn't bad. I'm not going to get out in front of them, but I'm going to be right with them, I think.
All right, we'll be doing one more stop today. One stop left in this strategy.
There they are. If I can get out in front of Gasly, that would have been a dream. But they're on soft tyres again, and I'm on mediums, so they will have pace just as they did at the start. But again, we feel like we've got the pace to battle. Hamilton is absolutely in the fight for a podium now, and maybe a win, because we all have one more stop, and this is just going to be repeated, really.
Yeah, they've pitted as well, so we've got to warm up our tyres.
It's just that they'll be on the mediums at the end, and I'll be on the softs, but it'll be my tyres that go quickly. Lando's right behind me here on his soft tyres. It's not as straightforward a victory as it might well have initially looked like it may well be. We need to try and make our way through this traffic if possible, and then try and extend the gap again. Good, thank you, Yuki. How are you, mate? Oh, it was George Maris that scored the goal as well, former Cambridge player. We're around the outside of Gasly here. Hamilton takes the lead. Stroll going to try and go with him.
Okay,
I'll try and go with him.
Great pass.
Lewis Hamilton is going to be the fastest car on track right now. So we might struggle to stick with now that he's the one leading the pack. But hopefully we can hang on to the back of him and Stroll and stay with this. Gone deep there though. Might just have had DRS. No, I don't. Try and get it back though for the main straight, which I think we have done. Yeah, we will do. We will have DRS here. Stroll might make a move for the lead now.
Great work, you're catching the
He's
car
going for it.
by around 0.5 a lap.
Going to save some battery. Hamilton might even tuck in behind. Simple overtake for Lance Stroll. The Aston Martin leads.
By around a second a lap.
Pulling out a gap behind now, which is good as well. Hopefully Gasly and Lando start to fight and fall off the back of this trio, of which we are at the back of. But hopefully not at the back of for long. It'll be a bit more difficult to get past Hamilton and Stroll than it was Hülkenberg, Gasly and Stroll, that's for sure. Hamilton going for it. Slow on the apex. Can I duck underneath one of them here?
Just taken the lead.
No.
Okay, mate. Stroll
This is feisty though.
Right, let's go. Let's try and get past them. And
Oh,
put them on the back foot.
Lance.
Push.
It's not really an overtaking spot there, so I shouldn't really have gone for it, but Lance was wide enough that I felt like I could have had a go. Bit of wheel-to-wheel combat. We'll have a look at a replay of that. The gap opened up there. That's with Lewis in the way there. I felt like I could go for this, but I didn't expect Lance to tuck in quite so tight. I kind of expected him to wash out wide a little bit with the understeer from the dirty air off the back of the Ferrari, but he was actually able to pinch quite tight. Wheel to wheel, thankfully not wing to wheel contact, which then sent Lance wide here, as you can see. We then lost him not one, but 2 positions. I then went wide as well on exit. That was a little bit scrappy, really. It's not great from me, that. And we're still third. It's just it's now Gasly in P2. Not Stroll. That might allow Lewis the opportunity to scamper away a little bit. I hope not, but maybe. It's certainly something I'd go and apologise to Lance for after the Grand Prix, if this were real life. I got a bit carried away then. We've got the run on Gasly.
3.7 seconds.
I'm going to get boxed in behind Lewis here, though. He's gone defensive too, however, unnecessarily.
Okay, nice work. Really good job with that time.
Lewis defending thin air there. If he stays where he is, he continues to lead the Grand Prix, but he's moved out of the way, effectively. Defending without needing to, and now we've taken the lead the Grand Prix back again. Although, obviously, Hamilton in that Ferrari for these next few laps on those softs is absolutely going to be challenging me for the lead every lap down the straight, so maintaining battery is going to be very important for me now. Mistake. Lewis takes the lead back.
Keep on it, you might make a mistake.
Mistake about the DRS is not a problem, but it's not a mistake I'm going to be able to replicate too many times before it does become a problem. I could switch and box within the next couple of laps for a set of hard tyres and try and undercut those behind and be in this sort of scenario later in the race where we've got that bloody hidden wall, where we're in this we're in this spot later in the race where we're on the harder compound and they're hanging on with more worn tyres. My fear would be that we would not be able to hang on to those that are now behind us when they get in front of us, when my soft tyres start to wear later in the race. I'd be in this position but have the softer compound and their tyres would outlast mine. That's the fear at the minute. So I'm contemplating boxing for a set of hard tyres before lap 36. I'll run it past live chat, see what they think, whether we should box for hards now or whether we should stick to the current strategy and box for softs in about 12 laps or so. Twitch have voted, and very narrowly our pit strategy will be to stay out for the softs at the end of the race rather than box early for the hards. By 10 votes to 8, 56% to 44%, we will stick to the current pit plan, which is boxing on lap 46 for soft tyres in 12 laps time, and hoping that we have the pace on wearing tyres to keep at bay those behind on the medium. But their medium tyres will be wearing as well, of course, because they'll have boxed before we do. So their medium tyres will be a little worn by the time we come out on mediums. We could try and extend our medium stint a little bit, perhaps, if we feel like we've still got the pace to do so. We'll wait and see. But at present, in the moment, my race engineer, known as Twitch and YouTube stream chat, have between them decided that we will stick to the soft plan. We will not go hard. It's a great pen. So annoyed at Cambridge United giving away a penalty unnecessarily. It's cost me the lead the Grand Prix as well. Soft tyres are really hanging on well for the group that's on them now. Arguably better than my mediums are at this stage. Lewis with the lead now. I was busy ranting about the Cambridge United game. We've got a lot of work to do to win this Grand Prix yet. A lot of work to do. Lewis Hamilton, I'd say, is probably current favourite.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 5.0 seconds.
Here comes Lewis again. Nothing I can do about that. It's just got the straight line speed. I think they're extending their soft set a little bit. The fact that their soft tyres are still alive surely gives us hope that our soft tyres will still be alive as well at the end of the race. Battery usage is absolutely going to be critical in the final 20 laps or so. Quite happy to stay behind here. It's down the main straight, we want to make the overtake. Otherwise I'll just get overtaken again. Same way that Lewis got me last lap. If they want to box here, that would be even better. Thank you. So I get the DRS as well. That'll earn me an extra half second that I wouldn't have gained otherwise. Weirdly, despite the fact that Lewis boxed first, Lewis has lost 3 positions to Gasly and Tsunoda. No, lost 2 positions to Gasly and Norris there. He must have had a slow stop, Lewis Hamilton. He did. 5.5 second stop for Lewis. 2.5 for Lando and 3.3 for Pierre. Lewis has had a poor stop and lost a couple of positions in the pits. That's good news for us. They are closing very, very quickly on those fresh medium tyres. We're going to have our work cut out even on the softs to try and get ourselves back near the front after we've boxed to the end of the next lap. Still, even when we come out of the pits, 20 laps to go on that set of tyres. And we're going to come out probably 5th, where Lewis Hamilton is right now. Between Lewis and my teammate, I think, probably. Oh, and if the rear tyres are going to keep letting go like that, we might even be closer to George. If you had to ask me now, I'd probably say we don't win this race. But a podium is still a possibility.
Okay, we're approaching the pit window.
But we're going to have to be tyre whisperers. 28 seconds to George, so I don't think it is 28. But says we'll come out 6th now. And look at that, Daniel Ricciardo, on his brand new fresh tyres, is absolutely faster than me. Hey! Jeez, not only is he faster than me, I nearly put it in a wall right in front of him. We are boxing this lap, and we're going to have to put in quite the performance in this final stint to get the result that we want today. We get one, good, 2.5 seconds. Here comes Lando and Pierre, then Stroll, then Hamilton. They're all elongated out a little bit here, actually. George and Charles Leclerc coming too.
That was our last stop. No more
There's Lewis.
pit stops.
We're going to come out in front of our teammate here. We've got some work to do. Really got to pump in the lap times now. The chance of fastest lap is in our favour now. So we're going to be one of the only 2, I think, on softs at this stage of the race. Actually, might be the only one on softs at this stage of the race. So I'm going to go for the fastest lap to get an extra point regardless of where we finish. But where we want to finish, rather evidently, is not bloody 5th after having led the race for the majority of it. DRS on Lewis. It's taken ages, but we're slowly catching. My soft tyres are dying already. Starting to feel it on the left-hand side of the car. We will not win this race, I don't think.
Take button more. It's time to utilise some of this energy. Come on.
I think I can pretty confidently say we will not win this race. 10% wear already. Front left tyre. Five seconds to the lead. Fastest lap again, but I made a big mistake. Cost me 0.3 to Lance on that lap. What we need is Pierre and Lando to fight. But at the minute, Lando is quick enough, I think, to open up a bit of a gap so that he's safe from any threat from Pierre at the end of both DRS zones. So Lando's just dictating the pace at the minute, and neither of them are costing each other any time. It's DRS though, I think. Come on. A good rabbit never gives up. Really late move by Lance there into the braking zone of turn 1, but thankfully we read it, saw it coming and reacted accordingly. That's third. 21% on the front left, 20% on the rear left. 10 laps to go. Yikes. These soft tyres are going to be very, very, very worn at the end of the race. 3 seconds to Lando, just over. Dortmund got a red card. Here comes Lance. Nothing I can do about that. Just got the run on me. Down to 4th. Lando and Gasly are occasionally putting each other off the racing line, but not very often. Oh my God. These tyres are just going to die on me. I am more likely to fall back towards Charles Leclerc than I am to challenge for a podium today. It was the wrong call to go medium, medium, soft. I had the idea of going medium, medium, hard. Ideally, we probably could have gone medium, soft, hard. But this strategy isn't going to work for us, I don't think. And it's proving that, yes, despite our win streak, we're absolutely on the right difficulty. We don't need to up it back to 105 because this is difficult.
Keep managing it.
And we're not having it all our own way. And we won't for the rest of the season have it all our own way either. Gasly and Lando battling. Back within DRS Alliance. All we can do is hope, continue to fight as hard as we can. And hope. Lando under pressure from Pierre. Stroll under pressure from me. P3 back again and 1.4 seconds to the car in front. A good rabbit never gives up. Keep going. We're doing it again. Oh no. Don't drive into me, Lance, you fucking idiot. Now it's Lewis that's right behind me. I lost the rear. Gathered it back up. Lance drove into me. He's knocked himself down to 5th. Was within 1 second. Now I'm out of DRS range again. 5.5 laps to go. Just as they went side by side through turn 1, I just got way too excited on the throttle pedal. Ended up going half sideways. Lewis behind is much more of a threat than Lance Stroll, though. I think Lance might even have picked up damage, to be honest, off the contact with me. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Significant damage for Lance. Half his wing's actually physically missing. But he drove into me, not the other way around. Lando's got a decent gap at the minute of 0.6. I don't think Pierre goes for it this lap. He doesn't. 5 to go. Lance is in the pits for a new front wing. It's another position for Charles Leclerc, annoyingly. It's DRS on Gasly.
The grip levels are going to start falling away soon.
2.5 laps to go. DRS on P2. Jesus, at this rate, the whole final 5 laps are just going to be one continuous highlight, aren't they? So intense has the racing been. Two laps to go. DRS on Gasly, 0.6 to Lewis, 0.5 to Pierre. P2 might be there for the taking. P1 might be there for the taking. Pierre's gone defensive. That's P2. But I've got to stay with Lando.
Good work, great pass.
And I don't think I will. Penultimate lap. I think Lando wins. I think Pierre maybe gets me final lap into turn 1. We'll wait and see. I'm not quite going to have DRS on Lando. I might be able to get DRS through the final sector though, maybe, as we head on to the final lap. I can have a good third sector. spoiler alert, can't have a good third sector. Tyres have just had enough. %40%
Okay, this is your final lap.
on the left-hand side. And it was that rear left that gave up on me then. Closed the door on Pierre rather sharply there. Oh my God, these tyres! Lando's going to win. The win streak for us is going to come to an end. It's just a question of will we finish second, third or fourth. Oh, and Lance Stroll takes the fastest lap point as well at the death because he broke his bloody wing. Son of a bitch. Fuel is flashing at me, but we'll be fine. I'm going to use my battery down this DRS straight. I wouldn't ordinarily use it here. Oh my God, these rear tyres. Left-hand side of the car just wants to go at all times. Lando's going to get a comfortable victory in the end. The win might have been there. But ultimately, P2 is what we'll take. Can't win them all. We haven't won this one. But second will do. Second will do.
Yes, come on, we're on the podium. Good job.
Strong points again. Another pull away from Charles Leclerc. Another pull away from Lewis Hamilton. Oh, I'm annoyed at myself.
Go.
But yes, P2 will do. Ah, P2 will do. That was an intense final few laps.
Another fantastic weekend.
I wonder whether we'd gone to hard tyres
and we'll see you for the
on
next
about lap
one.
36, whether we could have won that race and it been a bit more comfortable in the last few laps. We very nearly got the fastest lap point. We don't. Charles finished 7th in the end. Max Verstappen took Charles Leclerc. So only 6 points for Charles. We extend the gap at the top of the championship by 12. Nice. Beating my rival, we are now 16 points clear of Charles Leclerc. And getting closer to being 91 rated as well. Still the second driver at Mercedes, albeit marginally. I think it's fair to say that there isn't a number one driver at Mercedes at this moment in time, and if there was, really. Up next is the Austrian Sprint Grand Prix weekend, which will be intense. I do have a new rival. It's Charles Leclerc.
Perfect opportunity.
I know. No. You belong in this sport.
And to show me why you belong.
She's made this same joke about 8 times in this save.
That's a joke. I love working with you.
Yeah, maybe we could have more than just the same line of commentary for each one. That'd be decent. Cody's, please, if you don't mind. 157 points leads 141, leads 130. Lando up to 4th as Fernando Alonso falls down the standings. We closed the gap on Ferrari in the constructors, but they do still lead. George could do with some better positions, please, if he doesn't mind. Thank you very much. 2nd and 5th plays 7th and 4th in Spain, and the gap closes. Up next is the Austrian Grand Prix, where we will have the balanced tyre set up. Thank you very much. Now, it can rain in Austria, but will it rain in Austria? Southampton 1, Newcastle 0 was an intriguing scoreline at St Mary's to start. 10 minutes in, Jan Bednarek. It will rain in Austria, but only a little bit in the middle of quali. Other than that, fully dry for the sprint and the Grand Prix. So we live in hope. Drop the video a like if you're enjoying the save. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on more. This is our best chance of a World Drivers' Championship title in this entire save and this entire game cycle. But can we do it? Time will tell. I'll see you in the Styrian Mountains.